Okay, I'm really going to try to make this under 10 minutes because I ran out of time a while ago. This is a video tag. 5 tags, then 5 questions, 5 people to tag. Lessa Sarah, thank you so much for tagging me in this. I super bad needed this today, and it really made me feel special that you did that and that you wanted to hear my answers. Number 1, what is the most important thing to weight loss? Vitamins, mental health, exercise, protein, calorie intake. Those are some of the options. Lessa Sarah said mental health, which I completely agree with. I think your head, number 1, has to be in the game. We have to change our mind to change our life, change our bodies. As Rob Remino would say, our life. And I definitely agree with that. I think it has to be a total, full body life change. I think all these aspects are important. I think everything about it needs to get in. You need to get in on the bandwagon. If your mental game is not there, because my game's been off this week. And some areas have not suffered necessarily, but you know, I did gain a pound. I think it's water from lady time, but again, mentally I wasn't there. So when I'm not there, I'm not focused. So I think that's important. However, even though I agree mental health is probably the most important, for me currently in my journey, I feel like exercise is really the key. Because I'm really doing well with eating most of the time. I'm really doing well with, my eating's probably 95-5 or 90-10. 90 on, maybe 10 off, which I probably need to work on that, especially since I'm in the losing phase still. But my exercise really has to be there. It's so weird seeing how far I've come. You know, how much more exercise my body needs than it used to. Just the higher levels of exercise that I can do, the higher standard. I'm running, for goodness gracious. I couldn't do that a year ago. I even tried, and 30 seconds into it, I thought I was going to die. So, it's been over a year, but still. It's for exercising, but still, it just wasn't there. I couldn't do it. So, I feel like, and if I go a couple days without exercising, my body knows it and it feels it. And I think I pay for it. So, even though I do think mental health is most important, for me currently, right now, it is exercise. I got to get it in. You got to get it in. It's very important. Number 2, what is your protein of choice? Okay, I have to be fast, but I have 3, and I'm going to explain them. Number 1 is hickory smoked tuna. The little Star-Kiss pouches. My absolute favorite. I love them. And they're protein of choice because I make sure I have a tuna pouch in my purse, in my car, in my lunch bag. I make all my meals in the night before or in the morning, and I put them in my lunch bag in my little cooler because I travel all day. But apart from those meals I already have planned, I always make sure that I have one of those tuna pouches in there because you never know where you're going to be or where you're going to go or how sometimes I get caught up at work and I need a snack or I need an extra meal. And to ensure that I make good, smart choices, I try to stick to the tuna. I love it. It's healthy. It's delicious. Like I had tuna today for lunch, and it was the hickory smoked, but I had pre-made it with a little mayo and olive oil mix. It was a tablespoon of that and a half of a third a cup. So whatever that is. I don't do math or fractions. A half of a third a cup of shredded cheese, and I just stirred that all together, and it was delicious. So that's probably my number 1 protein of choice. However, when I go out to dinner at restaurants, most of the time I will eat other things. There's other things I will choose. I pick shrimp a lot because I feel like it's a delicacy. It's usually something super yummy. It's something you can get really easily everywhere. Often you can get it as an appetizer, so it's cheaper. You can get it as a skewer. You can get it on a grilled. You can pretty much get it anywhere, and it's usually pretty small portions, so you don't look like a freak show when you don't eat it all. Not that I worry about that, but and usually it's cheaper. So, and you can get it on a salad. There's so many options, and I pick shrimp a lot. The third thing is one of my go-to proteins, although you got to be careful because can be kind of high in carbs, is beans. I eat beans a lot, and I love me some beans. And not only is it a fairly decent source of protein, it's also a really good source of fiber. And like for example, Easter Sunday at my Aunt June's house, there's a lot of food there, and you know what I ate? beans. I hate white beans. I love beans. Kidney beans, lima beans, white beans, pinto beans. Beans, I love them. I love them, love them. I love black beans with cheese and salsa and Greek yogurt. Oh, yum. And so, like, sometimes, like just for instance, Sunday at my Aunt June's house, I ate beans and like some little deli roll-up things. They were a safer choice than some things, and they were healthy and yummy, good source of fiber. So I ate beans a lot. Sometimes at my best friend's house, she usually has beans as some kind of vegetable on her because her daughter loves beans. I will eat, you know, a third a cup of beans, fourth a cup of beans, whatever the serving is. Sometimes I eat less than half of that, maybe on a little salad. Yum. I love beans. So tuna, shrimp, and beans. Okay, number 3. How do you handle a stall? Well, I need to hurry, so I'm just going to breeze through this. First, I breathe, and I really try not to freak out about it because I know they happen. My first stall was the infamous 3-week stall that everybody talks about. I had it. Sarah, I hate you for not having that. I thought it was cute that you were like, some people are going to hate me, and I didn't know what she was going to say. But I thought it was funny that she's not had a stall, and I think that's awesome, and I hope you don't ever have a stall. They are miserable. But I think the number one important thing to do is breathe. Don't stress out about it. If you're in a stall longer than a week or 2 weeks, look at your plan. Look at what you've done. Look at what you're eating. Look at what you're not eating. Look at your water. That's what I try to do. You know, the last month, I've kind of only lost like 4 pounds, and I was kind of freaking out. You know, I'm trying to change up my plan. This week doesn't count. I've been on lady time, but I've really tried to focus and change up my plan. This has been a very stressful week. So let's just, in general, I have been, not this week. Number 4, what are your plans for after reaching your goal? Well, good times. So my newest goal is to be in Wonderland, hopefully by April 26th. I'm 12 pounds away, so keep your fingers crossed that that's going to happen. And at that time, I had thought about getting a tattoo, but I think I'm going to get a massage. So that's a small goal. Big goal, I've been thinking that my new number is 180. But after I get to 180, I may change my mind. I may want to just really keep pushing. But after I get to my goal with whatever that number is, we are gonna try to have a baby. That's the goal. That's what this whole journey's been about. That's the number one thing. I really want a baby, and that's what we're gonna be pushing for. So hopefully after I get to 180, or well, if I get to 180 and I decide I'm gonna push a little more, I'm gonna keep pushing a little more. But when I finally reach a goal, my goal, baby time. That's it. We're gonna go for the baby. Gonna go for the goal. That's the goal. Oh, you know what else I'd love to do? I'd love to start like a magazine, like a weight loss surgery magazine, or, I don't know, magazines do seem outdated, but I'd love to do that. I know there's all kinds of health guidelines, but even, magazines for low carb, high protein. I don't know. I just thought about it. I thought it would be neat to have a weight loss surgery magazine. There probably is one. I just don't know about it. Okay, number 5, what is your favorite thing about the weight loss community? I think my favorite thing is, and I gotta be quick, so I'm trying to hurry, that there's always somebody who knows exactly what you're feeling and what you're going through. Example, this week I watched a video, I can't remember what her name was, maybe Losing It for Shoal, or something like that, for Shoal, and she cried. And she cried almost the entire video because she was freaking out. She's fixing to have surgery, and she's starting to talk herself out of it. Trying to question all the things. She don't know how she's going to handle not being the big girl anymore. She's always been big. Little crazy things like that your mind tells you. I reached out to her. I know she probably felt alone, even though she was not alone. I know that I'm not the only one that's felt this way. Totally remember feeling that way. Totally remember. I remember at one point I cried because I kept thinking, if I died on that table, who was going to explain it to Cash and Candy, who are like my children, that I made the choice. You know, this was not a surgery. This was a surgery that I needed, but I was making the choice to go under this surgery that could possibly potentially kill me. And I was making the choice to say, I need this surgery. You know, when I say it out loud, it sounds dumb, but I mean, I just kept thinking who was going to explain to them that I, you know, needed this surgery, and how much, how silly that felt. So that's probably my favorite thing about the weight loss surgery community. Let me tag people. I got to hurry. Banster for life. Rob Reno, TLC Trendalee, and Cookie Lou. I want to hear from you. So, see you later, guys. Bye.